Hotrock Supajoint is a legend. He's been in the Phoenix scene forever. He's been doing his thing forever. I don't know what to call him, a rapper, comedian, a renaissance man of many different amazing things. Please, I hope you have an amazing time listening to this podcast. I'm still coming down from the epic high that is hanging out with Hotrock Supajoint. And more than that, having him in my home, having him in the makeshift studio that we've got going on. Seriously, this meant the world to me. I'm so happy that he came on and did the show. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. I want you guys to check this out and enjoy it. This was a real treat for me. Hotrock Supajoint. Holy shit, dude. Thank you so much for fucking coming. This is ridiculous.
Oh my God, thanks for having me, yo. This is going to be awesome, homies, yeah.
Holy shit. I was talking not too long ago with my girlfriend about how when we discovered you, I mean, she knew about you forever, but I just discovered you maybe 8 months ago or something like that. And we were always arguing about the man, the myth, the legend. And then here you are fucking in my apartment not too long afterwards.
How easy it is, homie. All you got to do is you just got to ask me, yo. And I'm down. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. That's why I got into hip hop, homie.
Yeah.
You can work with everybody when you in hip hop. When you in a band, you got to just work with that band, yo. But when you in hip hop, man, the world is my oyster. It's like this new album I be working on right now. I got 4 different beat makers on that shit. It's going to be awesome, yo.
I'm so fucking excited. The first thing that I really want to ask you is, obviously, anyone who's ever been within 100 yards of you knows that you're into weed.
Oh, word, homie. That's the only reason I'm here. Yo.
So tell me about the first time you smoked weed.
First time I smoked weed was, I was baby, homie. I don't even remember how. See, people be asking me to tell them stories and shit, and it's hard, yo, because I'm high all the time. I can't remember anything. Good thing I got my name written down, or I would lose that shit, too. First time I got high, man, I just started laughing. And I fell off the bed, and all my homies were sitting around me. We was hitting a bong, and I fell off the bed laughing, and I locked up because I was laughing so hard I just couldn't move. I was like, ah ha ha! And they all looking at me like, oh my God, is he going to die? What's going on? What's going on? And then that was that, yo. So actually, that was the second time I got high. The first time I got high, it was a babysitter, yo, hooked me up with a joint and a beer. And put me in front of Pink Floyd The Wall. And then Mama Rock called a little while later, and she's all, get my son home right now. And I'm like, oh shit.
Mama Rock.
And I don't remember nothing beyond that point, yeah, because I was high as fuck.
So it's just a revelation. From that point on, this was your modus.
This is my plan. This is what I'm doing, yo.
That's fucking amazing. So is it just flower? Do you fuck with edibles and dabs and whatever?
I do it all, homie. I'm a flower guy. I'm an old school guy, so I like joints and pipes. I like bongs. Dabs is goddamn, homie. Dabs is like weed crack, yo. That shit just throw your ass down.
That's what happened to me, man. I took edibles on an empty stomach for the first time ever. Went to see the new Jungle Book movie.
How was it, yo?
I mean, it was awesome the first time I saw it when I wasn't high.
Right? Okay,
but when I was high, I did a little bit too much. And the talking animals just really fucked me up, man.
Yeah, I dig the edibles. I got some friends, CVCAZ. They make some awesome edibles, yo. And edibles is cool. Dabs is a little too heavy for me.
Yeah,
and
me
plus
too.
It's also the homies always want to super dab you when you be doing it the first time. So it's oh, I've never done a dab before. They're like, oh yeah, try this. It's this thing 4 inches long fucking thing, and I'm like, oh my God, yo. Yeah, it's vicious, but I'm down for it, homie. Anything weed is cool with me, dude, because ain't nobody dead from weed yet.
So other than, obviously, weed itself, what put Supajoint into motion?
Hotrock Supajoint started the day after Arizona voted for the medical marijuana. So we're talking 2010, November 5th, 2010. We, as Arizonans, decided that we wanted to have medical marijuana for the people, yo. And I was and then that day, it passed. And then the next day, the state was like, no, and they tried to do everything they could, to not let it happen. And I was like, fuck that. So I looked at my homie, Volcom. He's a bass player on the first album. And I was like, dude, we need to start just a band just about weed. And I knew I wanted to do a hip-hop project. And, hip hop trifecta's money, bitches, and weed. So it fits right in with that shit. So I was just like, yeah, we're gonna start a hip hop project just all about weed. And then I put on some chick pants and put on a wig, and history. Yo.
Well, that was one of the questions I had for you later. Was how did you build the iconic fucking look, the epic look,
the epicness? Yo, well, number one, you gotta stand out and fucking rock and roll, yo. You be up there in jeans and a t-shirt, man, and it's cool, but that just ain't where I'm at right now. I'm all about entertainment value. So I wanted to build a persona that people could get behind that's separate from me, yo. Because true art needs to be separate from yourself, yo. If I'm just up there telling people about my mortgage and my kids' homework skills and shit like that, nobody want to listen to that. Yo, it's entertainment. So you got to go over the top. You got to go 420%, homies. You got to give it all you can. And if that means that you got to dress up in tight chick pants and cowboy shirts and wear a wig and eye makeup and fake tattoos and whatever it takes to get people to look at you, that's what you got to do, you know? And I knew that from the get-go. So I was just like, it's going to be like this. And the process has evolved a little bit. I think this is like my third wig that we be working on right now. And this one's trashed as fuck, homie. It's about time for a new one. And Baby K, she's my fluffer / stylist, so she finds me all my cool chick pants and all the awesome clothes, and she makes me look good in them chick pants. That's why she's my fluffer / stylist. Yo. And yeah, and so you just gotta. I'm looking at like '87 Hollywood was just a dope time for the aesthetic.
Yeah, for sure.
And ain't no rapper looking like '87 Hollywood right now. I mean, Riff Raff be looking like '84. You know what I'm saying? But I'm 87, man. I'm from the past future. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just trying to do something different. I don't want to be up on stage rocking NBA gear like every other rapper out on the planet. You know what I mean? So I'm wearing cowboy boots, and I'm wearing the tightest chick pants I can find, and cowboy shirts, and all the bling, and all my bling's fake because I only spend my money on weed, yo. And yeah, that's what's up.
Where do you get I've never seen a pair of those pants in my life
Baby
in a store.
K, we only do thrift store, homie, because that means there's more cash for weed if you buy your shit super cheap. Like these boots was $4. I shit you not.
Holy shit.
And these is like some $90 boots, yo. That means that I got like, I'm no good at math, somewhere in the $80s that I could be spending money on weed. That's like 8 grams of the Reggie, high quality Reggie, you know what I'm saying? It's like the tattoos.
Yeah.
Arm tattoos cost like $1,000, $2,000 for a full sleeve. These fake tattoo things was like $12. That's like almost $2,000 that I could spend money on weed, yo. So I just decided to do that, yo.
That's brilliant. Why would you do it any other way? Why would you spend all your money
Boom.
on that shit? So, who is Beatmaster J? Obviously, he's a big part of this.
Not Beat.
Oh, sorry, Beatmaster J. Fuck.
Beatmaster J's an old homie of mine, yo, and he helped me out on the third album and the Chakra Khan DVD.
Of course.
And he's in a band called L. He goes by a different name, but I don't talk about different names when I'm in Supajoint. I only go by Supajoint name. Rap names is the way I work, yo. And so Beatmaster J, I was like on Supajoint Manifesto, fakest movie. I was like, homie, I need some beats. And he's like, man, let me make some beats for you, yo. And I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. And so we worked on, I think like 3 songs on the Supajoint Manifesto album, which is my third album. And then I was like, dude, I got this great idea for this guided meditation CD. We just gonna make meditation music, yo. And he was all like, yeah, I'm down for it. And we shit that motherfucker out in like 4 days in his studio.
Okay,
yo.
good. That one a lot of what I wanted to talk about, because that's my favorite thing so far.
The favorite that I be working right now, the Chakra Khan guided medication CD, yo.
Like, at what point are you just like, this is I want to make a meditation? That would have never crossed my mind in a bazillion years.
It was like this. So I be on Facebook a lot, yo.
Okay.
I live on that motherfucker because it's as fake as I am. And I was talking to this chick Zell in like up in the Oakland area. She does like the yoga and all that kind of shit. She's in a band Sick Hop with MC Scary. What's the name of that fucking band? I'm so high right now. I forgot that shit. It'll come back to me, yo. I got a 7-second delay on my short-term memory loss. That's cool. So if I be pulling it up and then I'll be like, oh, lost that shit. Oh, there it is back. Yeah, I still can't remember. Anyway, she was like, when's there going to be a stoner yoga CD? And I'm like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing. And I be smoking this like super fucking space weed that I got from my weed dude Yoda. And I was like, I'm sitting out on my porch and I'm smoking that weed, and I'm thinking about, this guided meditation CD thing. And then I'm like, I got like this flash of light, yo. And it was the Chakra Khan was like a vision in front of me, homie. But she was dressed up like that, what is it? God damn it, yo. Well, I just did these candles, and so I was thinking about the candles, and she looked like the Virgin Mary de Guadalupe, with the like the vulva kind of thing going on around her, and the lights coming up. And I was like, oh my God, yo, I think I'm gonna be doing this guided medication CD, yo, because the earth is just so full of pain, and it was right before the election. Everybody's freaking the fuck out, and I'm like, I need to help these people out, and I feel the pain. And Chakra Khan look at me, and she's all like, Hotrock, I feel for you. And I was like, oh my God. And then boom, it just kind of all came to me. And I wrote that motherfucker out that night. Went over to B Master J's studio, kicked out a couple fat beats for us to understand how the beats was going to work. Recorded all the vocals. And then he and I just worked on the music part of it for like the next 3 times that we was in the studio. And then I spent like 4 months making the goddamn fucking video for that shit. Yeah, that's some hard work.
Before we get to that, one of the things that I was listening to, and as as a musician, like, I can pick up on what things would be difficult.
Your band is awesome, by the way.
Thanks, man. You don't have to say that.
Ass, yo.
Thanks, man.
So yeah,
that's my new ringtone. No, and so
yeah.
so fucking one of the things was like, when I was listening to it, it's like you're talking to. I'm good, man. It's like you're talking to the music, and it's like for instance, with the sine wave, when you bring the sine wave down, like how was that choreographed? It sounded like that could have.
So I knew, like I said, man, Chakra Khan gave me the whole thing in one giant vision. I just had to write it all down. So I'd be sitting on the iPad, just typing away on the glass, writing it all out, and I knew what I wanted out of the shit, and so we just recorded all the vocals, and like I said, I knew that like it was going to go from 60 BPM up to 120 BPM, so there's feeling a movement throughout the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So I gave B Master J just the kick snare patterns that we're going to be working on, and so he lined those up as we was recording the audio, you know what I'm saying? And so I had that boom cack that I could just be working against, because you gotta be on the beat if you're trying to get people, all hypnotized and shit, and clean up their chakras and shit. So did that answer the question?
Yeah,
I don't know if that answered the question really. So yeah, I knew what we was going for. We had kick snare patterns when we was recording the audio, and I would just tell him when to start up the next kick pattern while I was recording my vocal line. And then we just went through and we listened to a bunch of them guided meditations on YouTube. And we was like, they're using a lot of gong noises and they're using a lot of tingly noises and shit like that. And we just kind of built it off that thing.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah. So another thing that I picked up is I don't know a whole lot about spirituality as far as yoga and chakras and all that kind of stuff. But you got that shit down. Like for the most part, was that something that you were already into?
I'm into the universe, homie. And any way the universe want to help me out with shit, I'm going to watch that shit. So, like, for example, the chakras, I understand. Well, I Googled it on my phone, homie, and then I learned everything I needed to know for the meditation CD. And I'm all about just making sure people being cool with each other. I don't do diss tracks. I ain't trying to talk shit about anybody, yo. I'm just trying to remind people that life is easy when you got it good, when you be trying hard to be cool to everybody around you. And I think that's the takeaway from the guided medication CD is be cool to each other. Fucking let's go smoke some weed. Yo.
Be excellent to each other.
Exactly, homie.
Totally. That's something that's important, man. Especially like you were talking about with the election and all this other stuff. Everybody's freaking out and falling off of shit and losing their minds.
Man, it's the world. It's just I don't know about the earth, yo. I mean, I'm in Phoenix, yo, but I be watching people on Facebook and Twitter just blowing their goddamn minds. I think it's because everybody. What I think has happened is the internet has given us the opportunity to look at things that we don't normally see. So, like me, I use the word bitches a lot because that's just who I be, yo. And some people don't like that term. Some people take offense to the word bitches. And I be like, where I come from, old school rocker, rapper, fucking I be hanging out with the drag queens and all that kind of shit. when I be talking about the bitches, man, I be talking about the bitches that got my back. You know what I mean? It's like when you be driving in a car, homie, somebody is driving and somebody's sitting bitch. And it's their job to like tune up the radio and roll the joints and, you know, get the iPod working the way it need to be working for the tunes and all that shit. So, damn it, I just lost where the question was,
bitches,
yo.
about bitches.
Yeah, so what happens is that people that aren't used to subcultures are now getting to see those subcultures, and they're not understanding everything that be going on around it. They're just looking at it from a distance for the first time. And since everybody got the opportunity to throw out their comments on shit, everybody's just commenting on shit. Like, I don't give a fuck, yo. Me personally, I'm going to do what I want to do. I want other people to do what they want to do. If they ain't hurting anybody, they ain't fucking touching kids, and they ain't stealing shit, it's all good. They can do whatever the fuck they want. That's cool, because that's what America be like about and shit, is like individuality and not stomping on other people's ideas. And everybody be running around with like giant fucking boots on, stomping on everybody's shit right now, and that's fucked up.
That perception is so fucking crazy. That's brilliant. The idea of now that with the internet, everybody's seeing subcultures. Well, I never thought about that. That's fucking brilliant.
Homie, think about like when you was in high school, there was a couple of goth kids. Maybe you was a goth kid, but
yeah.
I mean, you was just really, in high school a little while ago, so like not long ago. But like you go back 20 years, yo, and the jocks didn't hang out with them, and they was separated. The goths were able to do whatever the fuck they want. They, everybody had their own little thing. But now the internet, we see everybody's shit, yo. We're looking at everybody's everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And then everybody just got so much goddamn free time. I guess they got time to talk about shit to people. It's like, why? Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my take on it.
No, that's crazy. That definitely enriches my perspective. I never thought about that before.
Oh shit, I'm fucking up, yo. Smoke weed, yeah. I'm just here for the bitches, yo, and the money in the weed, yo.
So, you were talking about the different albums. One of the things that I love about there's certain like Noisy. There's the magazine Noisy or the in the internet publication. What they do oftentimes is they have artists rate like their albums. Why they like this album more than this one, or what about this one? And it was an idea that I came up with today. Like I would love to hear you kind of talk through the albums, at least the ones that are on Spotify.
Dude, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so here's what happened. October 2010, marijuana law passes in Arizona, yo, and state locks it down. I look at Volcom and I said, yo, we're going to start a band. I went out and bought that Akai little blue drum machine with 12 beats for like $100 off Craigslist. And I went out and I bought a Boss RC 505 and I had a bunch of guitar pedals. So me and Volcom, we hooked. So I sat on my porch and I made beats, and then he and I had like 2 practices and 2 shows as a band, homie.
Okay.
And then we recorded the album. That was it. So we went into the fucking booth really not knowing what the fuck was up. I knew my beats. I knew my A parts and my B parts and my fills. And I knew what words I was going to be spitting and shit. And so we was in the studio for 12 hours. He was peeking his goddamn brains out on mushrooms as a bass player. That's why some of those songs be like 6-minute jams. Because I wasn't going to tell him to stop. Yo, he was into it. I wasn't going to fuck that
He's
up.
in the pocket. You can't fucking...
Yeah, exactly. And so the first album, Smoking Weed with Volcom and Hotrock, it's real noisy. It's real trashy. It's my voice running through foot pedals, not knowing how to do that with like attenuation and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just grabbing those loops. And that album was done live with 1 pass extra for the vocals, overdubs, just for him and me, just to make sure we had down what we needed to have down. So that was the first album. Happy Birthday, Motherfuckers on that. Damn, I want to... I'm the Shit. That's the first album. Shit. That's the first song. That's the first Supajoint song ever. And it's like 6.5 minutes long, yo, and you're not supposed to make rap songs 6.5 minutes long.
Sorry,
homie.
man.
It's all good. So that's the first album, and I loved it because the immediacy of it, and just like we was just finding out who we was as a rap duo, you know what I'm saying? So that was the first album. Then the second album, Rolling Stoned. Rolling Stone got like, damn, I want to smoke some weed.
Yeah,
weed, motherfucker. I got more into the videos at that point, and it was a little more produced. I mean, basically what was happening with that is Volcom would come over, another bass player would come over, or a guitarist would come over or something like that. And we would just make a song that day out from scratch. And I would, I got a little pack of iPad notes that got words in them if I ever need to pull something out to like, boom, knock something down. So the second album, a little more production, got a little more into the video work, started understanding the videos. That was about 2013, so that was kind of exciting to be doing that kind of stuff. Then 2015, I dropped the Supajoint Manifesto, Fakest, a hip-hop mockumentary DVD that goes along with it. And I was like, I knew this idea. I was like, I want to do a video album, yo. And so we're going to write all these songs, and we know that we're going to make videos for them, and we know that it's going to be like a little movie. And Beyonce's Lemonade hadn't come out by the time we had it all done. Oh, well, dude, let me tell you. So we was like, so I start working on the music, yo. And then the New Times hits me up because they're going to put me on the goddamn cover on the 4th of July weekend of 2015. I was like, oh my fucking God, yo, this is awesome. It's a dream of mine since I became a musician back in the 90s, yo. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get the cover, yo, yeah. I got to give them a good reason because they originally called me up because, hold on. They originally called me up because Hotrock Supajoint had been kicked off Facebook because Hotrock Supajoint ain't my real name.
Okay.
And they wanted to talk to me about how I was dealing with that. That, because I had built up a following. I was on it constantly. I'm obviously a fake persona. I'm not trying to tease anybody, and I'm out front with it. So it's not like I'm even trying to bore at their shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is what's up. And Facebook was like, no, you can't. So I, bounced that over to a page, and then I started up a new one. Who gives a fuck, yo?
Wait, hold on.
Well, so the Facebook, go ahead. Ask.
Sorry. They kicked you off for being not a real person? I don't understand.
Because Facebook wants you to use your real name, homie.
Oh,
because they want to be the new identification of like the 2020s or whatever.
I never thought. Okay, gotcha.
So they're trying to lock it down, and only real people, which is so fucking untrue because I get like 15 requests a day from 3 named bitches that are trying to sell me sex pics on Google, yo.
Absolutely.
God damn it. Anyway, so the New Times hits me up and they be all like, we want to write a story about you. I'm like, there's really no story here, yo. I'm on their playground, not playing by their rules, and they fucking tagged me. And who the fuck am I to talk shit about that? If I'm agreeing to be on the shit, I got to agree to the rules. I'm still not.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying with this.
Sure,
so there's not really a story. But, motherfuckers, I wrote this movie a year ago, and I can give it to you in a month. So if you want to write something about it, let's write about that shit. A year to the day that I got the call, in 4 days, I had written a script called Fakest. There was a 62-page script, and it had fucking Zach Galifianakis and Seth Rogen and fucking Snoop D-O-double-G and titties and all that kind of shit in the 62-page script. Never could find a fucking topless bar that would let me film in their place for under $1,000, and I ain't throwing that money out on that. I want to spend my money on weed, right?
Yeah, for sure, of course.
So a year later, New Times calls me. I'm like, fuck, I can put this shit together in a month, and I can give you that. We could write about that. That sounds cool. My new shit that I'm going to be doing. And they was like, all right, dope, let's do it. I done one video, sensitive Drake type shit. That was a 15-hour day shoot.
Oh, shit.
Because there's like 7 hot rocks all in the same shot. You know what I mean? So that was the only video I had done. And we started up, made June 1st, and that motherfucker was at the film bar done. 50-minute video with 9, 10 music videos in it. Movie, 50 minutes long. By July 11th, I think it was. I think we got that movie filmed and edited in a little over a month.
Damn.
And that was that one. And then so that was the Supajoint Manifesto and Fakest, the DVD that goes with it. Then Chakra Khan Guided Medication CD, yo, with the animation. That was the 4th album. And then the new album I'll be working on right now. We could talk about this.
Yeah,
I ain't really talked about
Holy
it.
shit.
I'm dropping it on the earth, yo. I might have talked about this a little on Facebook. So Hotrock Supajoint. I'm working on this new album, and it's called Bitches Love Mixtapes, because I don't understand really the difference between a mixtape and an album. And so I hope by the end of this album, I can figure out the difference between a mixtape and an album.
It's a journey.
But it's called Bitches Love Mixtapes, yo. And it's I'll be working with a bunch of beat makers that ain't me, because usually I do my own beats, or I got one of my homies that do beats. But I've been hooking up with new people and working with these new beat makers. I got DJ Max Cohen from New York City. I got DJ Swamp on the shit. DJ Swamp was Beck's original DJ back in the 90s.
Shit.
Dude, he's the shit, yo. Got a couple of AKT action beats, like that one I just showed you when I came over.
Yep.
I'm doing a couple of them. You know, and we're just building up an album. I think it's 11 tracks right now. And my goal is over this month, starting today, because you just saw the video, yo. I'm going to make videos for all these motherfuckers. And then I'm going to drop this mixtape live on motherfucking Facebook with videos for every fucking song.
Holy shit.
On 420, homie. On my birthday. So I got a month and a half to get 11 music videos done. Get this shit all finalized up on Spotify. Then I'm going to go live on Facebook at I'm going to do it on the 19th, yo, because I want people to buy it on the 20th. So I'm going to drop the whole album with all the videos live on Facebook with commentary and with like talking to the people that be listening and shit on Wednesday, 4/19 at 7 p.m., yo. And I hope I don't fuck it up and I can get that shit happen now that I told the whole earth about it. All your millions of listeners are going to be like, where is it, motherfucker? I heard that shit. And I'll be like, damn, I didn't get it done, yo. I was getting high.
No, dude, that holy shit, I can't. I'm so fucking stoked for the new. Thank you for taking me through that little journey. One of the things that you mentioned that I wanted to kind of go off on a quick tear about. I've never been to Film Bar, and it's been my I want to go so bad, but for some reason I've never gone.
So it's got you go in and it's a bar. They got alcohol, they got popcorn, they got a little lounge area, and then it's a micro cinema. So it seats 70 people, and you could have your little alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage while you be watching it. I think it's 21 and over.
It is, yeah.
And they show these old cool movies and first run, premieres, and they do all kinds of cool stuff. And I knew the homies down there, so I was like, yo, I'm making a fucking movie. Where should we show it? And they're like, we should show it here. And we had the first, so it's 70 seats max. That's how many tickets you can sell.
Okay.
I did 2 shows when I dropped that movie. And we had 65 people in the first show and 50 people in the second show watching that shit, and it was awesome.
That is fucking amazing.
Just watch everybody, because I was working until 4:20 a.m. every night trying to edit this shit down, because I edited it myself, yo. I had some friends. I can't hold the camera and act at the same time, you know what I mean? But it was awesome to be able to sit there in the audience, and the audience is laughing when I think they're gonna laugh, and they're crying when I think they're gonna be crying and shit like that. So yeah, it was great. It was great.
That's amazing. So one of the things that that just popped into my head is, so I'm gonna bring this over to Batman for just a second.
Do it.
And then so because everything relates to Batman.
Word.
So the comic mythos. God, this is so fucking nerdy.
Do it, homie. I did comic books, yo.
So and the mythos, Batman is not the alter ego. The alter ego is Bruce Wayne, and Batman is what he really is. Is that what's going on with you at this point?
I mean, if I'm wearing the wig, yo, you're getting this type of slang, you're getting this vernacular, you're getting weed.
Yeah.
Know? And when the wig comes off, then I'm not Batman, yo.
Gotcha.
Know what I mean?
But who are you? Mostly Hotrock at this point?
Dude, Hotrock, I mean, into reality, which I hate talking about because I'm the fakest rapper, but the truth is, yo, Hotrock's just that other dude turned up to fucking 420 and yelling at you, yo, with a wig on and some chick pants. It's the same dude, yo. I'm the same. That's the biggest thing. I get a kick out of being like, yo, I'm the fakest rapper. Yo, this ain't me. Yo, I'm just wearing a wig. Yeah, I'm up here just bullshit, yo, and none of this is real. Truth is, homie, it's all real.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm only talking about the shit that I've experienced.
Yeah.
Over my lifetime. And, I go all the way back with, I was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show in the 90s before I was Hotrock, and so I was up on stage yelling at people.
Did you do that? Did you perform?
For 2 years, homie.
Oh, fuck yeah. Who'd you play?
I was Brad Majors, yo, but I've done all the characters.
Yeah.
And for 2 years, I was also the MC that told you the rules at the beginning. And so for 2 years of my formidable early little self-development life, I was in my underwear in front of people yelling at the top of my lungs, probably wearing eye makeup and some transvestite kind of shit. Dude, and that was back in the early 90s, yo. So when everybody's like, oh, this is bullshit, who does he think he is? Dude, this is me, yo. This is who I've always been, yo. You know? So,
That's fucking awesome.
Fuck you fucking fucks, yo. This is the real shit. I'm on my next album going to be called The Realist, yo.
The Realist. Fuck yeah, dude. So, obviously, so was that taking place in Phoenix then when you were doing all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's over
before?
on the west side of town, but don't tell anybody because Hotrock Supajoint's from Europe.
Yeah, I got you.
And the reason why
Hotrock
Supajoint's from Europe is because all these rappers get to hyphenate their shit, yo, and I wasn't able to hyphenate my shit, but now I do because I'm a European-American rapper, yo. With the dash, with the hyphen. Okay. That's what's up.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Of course. Okay, so what do you... Fuck, because this is a bigger question now.
No, do it, homie. I love your questions.
Thanks, man.
These are
Thank
awesome,
you. Fuck
yo.
yeah.
I'm stoked as fuck, yo.
So, originally I was going to ask you how the Phoenix scene quotes has changed since Supajoint burst onto the scene, but now I fucking want to know how it changed since you've been doing shit like that.
Okay, so pre-Hot Rock, dude, I've been downtown since fucking the 90s, yo, and I've watched what's been going on in Phoenix. I have performed at the first Fridays in Hogus at in 2000. I was a fire breather at the time and shit. I was playing
Jesus
trombone
Christ.
in some motherfucking band or some shit. And there was this, there was an after hours club called the Black and Tan that I ended up living in for 6 months, seriously, paying rent and having a room in it. And they opened up at 1 a.m. because alcohol stopped at 1. And this is where people would go after hours to do drugs and drink and until sunrise, that kind of shit. And dude, it's always changing. It's exciting to see all the growth downtown. I'm excited to see ASU picking up, and I see a lot of shit going down. And I be looking for a space right now downtown, and 10 years ago I could have found some piece of shit hole for $300 a month, and now shit's $2,000 a month because down on 5th Street, down on Roosevelt, I'm priced out of that shit. I got to look at Grand Avenue, I got to look at Coronado, that kind of shit. The music's always changing, yo. Since the early 90s, man, I was back in the industrial in the early 90s. And, I was into the grunge when the grunge was happening and all that kind of stuff. And I've always been into hip-hop, dude. Beastie Boys' License to Ill is 30 motherfucking years old now.
Shit.
Homie. Think about that shit. So when people be coming up to me and they be saying, why you doing hip-hop? Motherfucker, I grew up on this shit. Hip-hop is not a color. Hip-hop is just... an attitude, and I'm more of a rapper than I am hip-hop, but I believe in the hip-hop aesthetic, you know what I'm saying? Where was the question? How did it change?
So, how's
it changed, yo? We're able to drink until 2 instead of 1 now. Medical marijuana, I think, is awesome, yo. I was really hoping that we was going to pass the legalized cannabis shit this last time around. That would have made everybody's life a lot easier, yo. Bands come and go, man. You got to follow the musicians, not the bands, because bands break up. I've been in fucking 20 different bands in my career. You know what I mean? So people that follow me can see what I've been doing left and right, how it's kind of grown and how I've evolved as my artist and shit, whatever.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Yeah, how does it change, dude? It always changes.
It changes, yeah.
It just changes and it changes and... venues open up and venues close down, trunk space closed down, but boom, now they opened up. I closed down 56th Street. Maybe I'm going to find a location, open that shit back up. Who knows?
Oh, can we fucking talk about 56th Street?
Yeah,
is that something
go right ahead.
Because I didn't write that down because I didn't know where that's...
Yeah, go ahead.
I really want to fucking know anything that you want to tell me about 56th Street Records. Because here's the thing. I wasn't... Because I'm somewhat new to the Phoenix scene over the last couple years or so, and so I'm still figuring shit out.
56th Street Records started in the year 2000. Me and Pop Color and a couple of other dudes, we started it. And it was always a musical outlet for my shit. I'm not looking, Hotrock Supajoint, I'm not looking to sign some 360 contract, yo. I don't want to sign a 7 record deal shit unless there's serious money. And then the truth is, yo, you could still get shelved. And that money you got to pay back because you ain't making any money off what's beyond the shelf because it ain't on the shelves. You know what I mean? So I've been a do-it-myself guy. So back in 2000, we started 56th Street Records, and I used it to put out music that I'd be working with and people that I'd be working with. And until I started working with Vandy Warpigs in 2014, homie, I was on every album. And then I found Andy. Andy, I saw him, I caught a shitty demo of his song called N-Bombs and C-Bombs. And I was like, motherfucker, this shit is dope as fuck. Let me help you make an album. And I called up one of my drummer homies, and we went into the studio, and I looked at the drummer. I was like, give me a... And then, you know, he started playing to it, and we built the album.
Wait, you were one of the people behind, was that Folk Punk Yourself?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I know you're behind that shit.
I did all the mixing on that shit. Anything on the 56th Street, I mean, there's some shit that I didn't mix, but I've usually, if it's on 56th Street, I'm helping out with the recording, the engineering, the writing, the publishing, video work, getting the copyrights all done, getting it up on iTunes. That was my part. That's what I did for these bands, was I'd throw some of my money in, I'd throw some of my time in, I'd expect something on the back end if anything was made. And regardless, they had 50, 100 CDs that they could go sell and, you know, make it out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, yeah, 56th Street, 2000 to this last December. I closed it down at the end of the year, man, because I closed its imaginary doors, because it's always been run outside my house. And I got Little Rock, and I got Baby K there, and I can't be fucking yelling bitches, weed, bitches when Little Rock be there, So I'm not getting a lot of work done. And so I need to find a space that I can open it up and start it back up as 56th Street, or maybe it's under a new name. I don't know how it's going to work, but I like helping people make music, I like watching people follow their dreams and shit, because I like to follow my dreams and shit, which should be apparent on my fucking work, because we released 30 fucking albums since 2000, homie. A lot of like 42, 50 videos was made. It's all up on iTunes. Mm-hmm. It's all available. It's all on Spotify. The shit's there. Just got to get people to watch it, And I only spend my money on weed, so I'm not spending a lot of money on advertising and shit. So, that was one of the flaws that I saw with it. It takes. I read an interview, and it was like you need $50,000, to be able to get your artist out to a national level. That's how much you want Phantom Party on a national level, and people know about it, not including the video and all that shit. It's $50,000 worth of fucking marketing, that
Damn.
You gotta, and that's what Macklemore did, homie. He paid $50,000 to Warner Brothers to not sign him, but to use their mechanism to get his shit out to the people.
Shit, I didn't know that.
So that's how he did it. And then look at fucking Chance the motherfucking Rapper, who just got album of the year, some shit like that,
some Grammy
on a
shit.
goddamn mixtape that he wasn't signed, was he? But I bet he was using, I heard that like his dad is like some mayor or some shit like that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I mean, he's got some cash, but you need that cash to get it the fuck out, or else you're just being, you're just doing your shit to your friends and your community, which there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah, totally.
But it's you new people starting it off, homies. If you want to go national, if you want people to know who the fuck you are all around the United States and the earth, homies, you better figure the fuck out how you're going to get that money made and what you're going to have to agree to get that kind of money to get it out there, And maybe I'm wrong. I hope so. Because I don't got $50,000 to put behind Supajoint. So I'm just putting the shit out, dude. Just going to put it out. And at some point, it's either going to pop or I'm going to be done with it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So that's what's up with 56th Street. And I'd love to. I mean, the publishing is still here, homies. Mm-hmm. All that music to be out there, we're still going to be collecting ASCAP money when that ASCAP money hits.
Well, yeah. Of course.
And I'm just not putting anybody else's shit out right now because I'm trying to get my shit figured out so I could really, really help some people.
So one of the things that I noticed was I obviously I knew that, okay, so around like my community of people, you are a fucking local legend. Like you
Thanks,
are
homie.
really way up there.
And thank you, homies. All you homies out there. I appreciate it.
So one of the things that we noticed when it really hit me was when you released the 20-minute Chakra Khan
24
animation. And I want to get into the animation, but before I go into that, like you had fucking some serious shares and likes and do you know how many?
I put some money. I put some Facebook money behind that shit,
That's some smart shit, dude.
$10 goes a long way.
I know.
$30 goes a long way, and if you got 4 members in your band, 3 members in your band, everybody kicks up $30. That's $100 that you could use to get that shit out. but you got to know what your plan is.
Yeah.
You want people to see it, but there's got to be that link to your website where they can buy your music or sign up on your mailing list, because the mailing list is where the money's at right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. We have like a little email.
So I think it got 13,000 shares on Facebook.
Yeah, that's fucking
Not
nuts.
Shares, views.
Okay, it was still.
But there was a ton of people that weren't my friends tagging other people in it, so it was getting moved around. That was pretty exciting.
I was tagging. I tagged my fucking mom in it.
And dude, it's just, it's just something different, homies. I was just like, I could put out another rap album, and I'm going to, but right now I really want to do something different that nobody else be doing. Everybody's putting out mixtapes. Fuck you, I'm putting out a guided medication CD, yo, because ain't no other rapper doing a guided medication CD.
You're right. No one's put. That's fucking. I mean, what did you say? A meditation album types be buying and shit.
Oh, all those the yoga pants bitches. Yeah. All them yoga meditations and the yoga pants bitches. Get that yoga money, yo. Yeah. And it's all legitimate information that's just done through the veil of me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I talk, and I do talk about. I talk about it to people often, and what I always say is like, you don't understand. Like, yes, he's a rapper and all that kind of shit, but you can actually get something from it. I remember driving around Scottsdale at night, listening to it one night, and just being like, relaxed, legitimately relaxed.
I even say at the beginning of it, you're not supposed to be doing it while you be driving in your car, yo.
No, I fucked
because
up.
I knew people was going to be all chilled and zenned out. Wop, and we're getting their chakras all lined up and shit. They don't need to be driving when they're doing that. I'd heard about this thing called Open Tunes. OpenToonz. And it is a kind of Flash, but not really based, open source animation for PC and Mac. And I was like, fucking A, yo, I'm going to do this. I'll do an animation for my guided medication CD, and then I'll learn this program in the process, yo. And so I learned the program. So I got it because it was free, so I could spend my money on weed, because I don't got money for, Adobe After Effects and all that motherfucking shit, yo. And learned the program. Just got to work. It took me 4 months to animate that motherfucker. And I drew up all the drawings on an iPad in a Photoshop Touch, brought them into the computer, used them through Open Tunes to get them all placed, and then did the lip syncing. And that was the hard part, lip syncing, because it was 24 frames per second sound broken up. So I was listening for a month straight to sound that was fuck. So I could line up if I needed S mouth or what, yo. And it drove me fucking nuts, yo, that I had to stop animating. I had to stop doing it for a month and a half, yo, because I did a month straight, like serious 7-hour days, just whatever, as much energy as I could get in. I got about halfway through, and I'm like, fuck this, I gotta stop. And I didn't touch it for a month and a half, and then I came back in just over the next month and just jammed through it. You know what I mean? And then so I built up all the shit in Open Tunes, and then I go on Video Drops or some shit like that. Video something.com, yo. And they was like, hey, have a 7-day trial, and you could download 140 clips for free on your 7-day trial. And I was like, fuck yeah, homies. So I went in and I got all the cool backgrounds, those cool animated like kaleidoscope patterns and shit like that. I downloaded all that shit for free through the video blocks, and I was allowed to use it in my shit because it's open, because I paid for it. And then I went through what was it, yo? Sony Movie Studio Platinum 13 or some shit, 14, I don't know which one I'm on. And that's where I finalized all my shit and got, took the OpenTune stuff and put it with the shit I got off videoblocks.com. And that's how it came out. That's how the video happened. And it's just, I use audio software. I use video editing software. So I'm like, fucking, I can figure this shit out. And I did. And that was up.
It's amazing. That was one of the, I guess I never thought about how, because here's the thing, when you're on the internet and you see stuff like that, your first immediate inclination isn't always how exactly was this made. And then when you talk to me about it, I was like, oh fuck, he literally did this entire thing by himself. And now I'm realizing you're doing all of it. Like, even you're fluffer, obviously.
My friends, homie, Baby K.
Yep.
Got to hold the camera. Yo, God, let me look sexy in the chick pants. All these homies that I'm bringing in on the beats, all my homies that I'm bringing in for the guitar and the bass, and I'm just looking to meet people, yo. I just want to work.
Yeah.
We all just want to work.
So the most First of all, that I listened to that freestyle track for the first time the other night on
freestyle?
the freestyle track of the bad freestyle.
Oh, the bad freestyle. Yeah.
I just need to make mention. That's fucking hilarious.
It's pretty fun, yo. Well, I never learned how to freestyle. You only do get paid style. That's my thing, yo. Because fuck the freestyle. I'm trying to score some weed money, yo. So I need to be getting paid style, and that means you prep that shit. You don't just walk up off the cuff. That shit is tough. Ooh, look, I just did it right there. Maybe I'm going to try that shit after all, yo.
But one of the things that I really did want to talk about was I want to talk about your live shit. Because here's the thing. When we played a show with you when we did the Yab Yum Award show.
Yes.
And it was super fun. And I was so excited. And I knew how fucking amazing it was going to be. I never saw you live, but I knew it was going to be awesome. But I had a couple of my buddies, like, they didn't know you, or they didn't know who you were, and they're not into rap music or any of that kind of shit. They're whatever. So they do, trust me, you're going to want to fucking see this. This is going to be amazing. And then I think maybe 20 seconds into I'm the Shit, one of those dudes looks over to me and goes, what the fuck? Like,
exactly, yo.
Like, how did you formulate the live set? Like, obviously that was just natural, right?
I just know what songs I'm going to do, and I opened up for Dirt Nasty and Mickey Avalon at the Marquee last year.
Okay.
And me and B Master J did a set list. But the shows that you and I have been watching and these little, small clubs where there's 50 people or some shit like that, I just get up there and make the connection with the audience. I'm going to figure them out. I'm going to figure out what beat we need to go into. I want to figure out, what direction I'm going to be taking them on, yo. Mm-hmm. And I like being in the moment of the experience of, like, what's that next song going to be? How am I going to follow up that shit, yo? And so I just I know I've got all my songs pre-programmed into the DJ app on the second iPad, and they all the beats without the vocals, basically.
Yeah.
And so I rapioke the tracks, or I build the loop live with Loopy HD and Audio Bus and Amplitude and Ohm and all these iPad apps I've been using.
So you can command an audience like nothing I've ever seen before.
Dude, being 7 foot tall, weighing 110 pounds, and reeking a weed in a wig and chick pants is going to make people look. That's part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that was insanely fun. Like, what was the weirdest show that you've ever played? Like, just like bad, good, out there, crazy.
Yeah, I got you. Dude, the Marquee Theater, dude, that was the biggest thing. I think I had 300, 400 people in front of me, yo.
Okay.
And that was pretty fucking awesome because I was on stage, and you know how they got that gate to keep people away from the stage? I was like, I just couldn't deal with not being up in people's faces because I'm so used to these little small clubs that we'd be rocking. So I had my wireless mic, and I just jumped off stage, homie, and I was in front of the audience half the goddamn time, yo. And it was awesome. The crowd really loved it. I'm going to be playing. You know who the Juggalos are, yo?
Yes. Yeah.
One of my homies was all like, yo, I think Juggalos smoke weed, yo. You should do a Juggalo show. And I think I'm going to be doing a Juggalo show up at Club Red here coming real soon, yo. I'm going to see if that shit goes. I'm just going to get up there. I know what's up. Yo, homies, who fucking smokes weed? Boom. Everybody's going to freak the fuck out, and we're going to have a good time, yo.
Fucking say something about Fago or whatever, and you're in, dude.
I ain't even going to pretend to know what the hell's going on with those dudes. I'm just going to let them know that I'm here, yo. And if they need to see a clown in a fucking getup, yo, here I am, homie. I'm ready for that shit. I got eye makeup on, yo. I rock that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would matches my painted nails, babies. Yeah. This is the painted nail look I got. I call that sunflower seed. Doesn't it look like a sunflower seed?
Yeah, it does.
Yo?
It looks really nice.
Thanks, homie.
So, dude, Juggalos are a pretty huge piece of culture. Like, I grew up in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And in the Midwest, that shit is for real.
I got a lot of fans, local fans that are into that shit. Yo. And I've checked out Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Dude, they crush. They've been around for 20 fucking years. They're doing it themselves. They got some big goddamn march coming up in Washington, D.C. coming up here real soon, yo. It's going to be exciting because they're a gang, yo.
Yeah.
That's bullshit, homie. That's stupider. That's almost as stupid as the fact that weed is a Schedule I narcotic, yo.
That's pretty, yeah, you're right.
It's pretty bad, yo. Because it's just entertainment, homie. These people ain't really hatcheting people up, yo.
I agree.
It's just, we all watch shitty things. I mean, fucking let's face it. All the cartoons that I watch are all about the worst people imaginable. Fucking Family Guy, all that, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim shit,
Yeah.
is watching the worst things possible, yo. Entertainment is based on the worst of the bunch. And that's sad, yo. But that's the truth. And we go see Saw. I'm not a big horror flick dude, but obviously there's people that like the horror flicks, yo.
I'm one of them,
and
man.
that's what that music is. It's just horrorcore. It's just getting up there and saying some fucking bullshit that's going to make parents freak out.
Yeah. It's nothing more than...
Same thing I'm doing, yo.
Yeah, you're right.
Jumping up there and saying motherfucking bitches and weed, yo. It's just... That's going to piss some people off, and it needs to piss those people off, because what pisses me off, yo, is war and hunger and like real shit, yo. And I'm not going to get up on stage and I'm not going to tell everybody how it should be, because I don't fucking know, yo. So I'm an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get up there. I'm going to entertain. I'm going to remind you that we're having a good time for 3 minutes or 15 minutes or a half hour, however long I got you. And we're not going to worry about the mortgage or the rent or the student loan debt or the fact that we got no food. We're just going to rock the fuck out. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Entertainers, you know.
Some people get too wrapped up in I need to obviously you need a message. I do feel like a message is important, but sometimes people get too wrapped up in like I need this to be this, that, and the other thing. And I get where that comes from, but at the end of the day, if you're a musician or if you're an artist, you are an entertainer. You need to make people fucking entertained.
Yeah, like, you gotta entertain them, homie.
Like, why do you think the Rolling Stones are like 150 years old and they're still somehow able to? They want to do it,
rocking that fucking shit out and making that money, yo.
So this is a really crazy like off question, but Bud's Glass Joint.
Yeah.
How the fuck did it? Because that was one of my favorite videos that I've ever seen in my entire life. I showed my buddy that too.
Wait, what are we talking
about? The Bud's Glass Joint commercial.
Oh, Bud's Glass Joint. Get your ass down to Bud's Glass Joint. Before I was Hotrock Supajoint, I was somebody else. And me and the Dr. Reverend Stephen Strange did a TV show in 2008. We had this idea while we was getting high. Hey, let's do a TV show. We're going to produce it ourselves. We're going to put it on real television. Because this is 2008. This is before like Facebook ain't really even popping yet. You know what I mean? So we're still all going to BBSs and shit like that. We put together this show called Television Noir, and Television Noir was an Arizona arts and entertainment show that was a local band video each week, local artist in studio each week, and the rest was puppets and fake blood and whatever we could come up with to entertain people for a half hour from like 12 to 12:30 on Friday nights, 2008. Did a full season of that shit with a group of seriously 5-7 people, but usually like 3. And just knocked it out. I had done 3 music videos, and I was like, oh my God, I've done 10 minutes of video work. Let's do a half hour a week. And we did it. And when we was doing it, we had to pay for the time. It was $1,000 a week to have it on TV. So we found 15 local businesses to pay us $100 a week to advertise on our show with the commercial that we made for them. And so one of the businesses that I worked with was Paraphernalia Boutique over on 43rd Avenue in Dunlap. And there was this homie named Greg there, and he was the manager there. And now he is one of the co-owners of the Bud's Glass Joint. So when they moved downtown, and he's like, hey, man, I'm starting up a new head shop downtown. I'm like, homie, use my head shop, yo. And I love Bud's Glass Joint. Bud's Glass Joint loves me, homie. And they the dopest downtown fucking head shop ever, yo.
For 420 years in a row.
So, boom, homie. Exactly. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, so that's Bud's, man. I hooked up with Bud's, and they treat me right, and I treat them right. And if I have a head shop that's a home base in Arizona, yo, it's Bud's Glass Joint.
It's fucking rad. I know we've been in there a bunch of times because we're always downtown on Roosevelt and shit. They go into the new the new Joe-Bot too, which is super fucking rad. Like so another thing, like the candle. Did you bring a candle today?
I brought you a candle, homie. Here, I got it right here in the bag, yo. You got $10 for me?
I fucking do. You bet your ass I do.
Yeah, awesome.
So, dude, this is so fucking rad. Isn't this amazing? So, like, how did you do this? How did you get a candle?
There and I'd be like, okay, what are all the rappers doing, yo? And how am I going to do that shit different? Rappers be putting out vinyl, homie.
Yep.
I'm going to put out wax. And so I made a candle, yo. And I figured, well, what really happened was I posted on Facebook, and I was like, yo, who the fuck... Thanks, homie. I'm going to buy weed with that money, yo. He just gave me $10, yo, for a candle. I'm going to go buy weed with that shit. So I posted on Facebook and I was like, homies, who the fuck do I got to get high to become the patron saint of weed? Hotrock Supajoint needs to be the patron saint of weed. And this dude named Michael Allen Rampage replies with a mock-up candle of that drawing of that picture of me that he grabbed off another picture and a weed logo. And I was like, oh my God, this is dope as fuck, homie. And so I jumped on the iPad and I drew it up. You know what I mean? I drew it up on the iPad. It's my art. It's my handwriting on the back. Went and bought 100 candles from the dollar stores. Went online and found somebody to make these labels. Because originally I bought my own labels at like the Avery labels, yo. And I printed it out and it looked so good. I'm like, huh. And I licked my thumb and I just kind of smeared on that inkjet and it just all smeared off. And I was like, no, man, I can't be putting out this shit because somebody's going to grab it with clammy hands or some shit like that. And then it'll be ruined. So I found a company that would make these, 6.5 by 7 inch full color, clear vinyl fucking stickers, yo. And I got high and watched TV and put the stickers on over a couple days, yo. And now I'm selling them. And it's just a candle.
Man, that's the best way to do it. People want to buy shit that you've physically made yourself and actually had to part in doing.
All right, here's the truth, yo. How much do we make when we do shows?
Not too much.
Yeah, we're not making a lot of money off of no fucking door.
Yeah.
Or, sure, there might be money made at the bar, but it's split between 3 acts or 4 acts or some shit like that. So you got to up your merch game, homie. I know that I can sell 10% of my crowd. I know that. That is like for the past 3 years. If I'm in front of 100 people, 10 people at least is buying my shit. So you got to step that merch game. You got to give them a reason to buy, yo. You got to give them a DVD. Got to give them a candle because everybody's got T-shirts and stickers, yo. But not everybody's got a fucking candle, homie.
I know, that's the truth.
And I saw you smelling the top of it, and so when I got them all 100 made, I smoked a whole fucking joint. Just blew all the weed smoke in the top of the candles because I was going to get one of those weed smelling candles and melt it down and kind of just bless all the tops of them with a little bit of that weed stink candle, That shit don't smell like weed, yo, and that shit gives me a headache. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not giving my fucking awesome fucking fans headaches for the shit. So, yeah, it's an unscented candle, but I blessed it with
I understand. The first run of shirts that we ever did, were these really cheap, like it wasn't even a real brand. It was like Budget Plus t-shirts, really, really bad shit. And they would like the merch box would stink up my car with this chemical smell. Yeah. Like it straight up smelled like Chernobyl, like no joke. And I always felt bad, like here you go, like oh fuck.
The first Supajoint shirts was Baby K and I went to all the Goodwills and just bought the blankest t-shirts that we could, and we spray painted Supajoint on all those, like 30 of them. And they out there somewhere. We got cut out stickers of the Supajoint, stick it on the shirt, spray paint around it, then pull that sticker off and let it dry. That was the first Supajoint.
I would kill for one of those fucking shirts, man. I'm gonna hunt one of those down.
I'm using Monument.
Oh now. Fuck yeah, that's over in Phoenix. Yeah,
Cam over there, man. He's cool.
Yeah, Cam. Yeah.
And he works real easy with me, and so he's my dude for the local shit. And then I'm using T Public for my full color t-shirts that you can buy online. So if you want like a fakest, poster shirt, you can buy that. You can buy the Hotrock Supajoint comedy dude, logo guy.
Yeah.
And so I've got, got the full color shit that's being pressed through T Public for online because I got people that know me in Germany and people that know me in Australia and shit like that. And I'm not going to be shipping somebody some because that's expensive.
They're really expensive.
So let the internet take care of that.
Yeah, for sure.
One less thing I got to worry about.
So one of the things that I think is I definitely want to talk to you about is what part do you think radio plays in 2017? Do you think that's something that's outmoded and not really around anymore?
I listen to the radio.
Do you?
When I be driving around in my car, I listen to the radio. I be listening to the 101.1 and 101.5, or I'm listening to the talk radio so I could hear where the traffic bullshit is.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's played out, yo. Everybody's on the internet. Everybody's got everything in their hand as an iPhone or, Galaxy or whatever the fuck. We all got access to everything right now. And it's overload, yo. Mm-hmm. When you be sitting down with your baby, when I'm sitting down with Baby K and we got the Roku box and we got to be all like, okay, what do we want to watch? And then you start scrolling through shit. It is nice to just kind of turn the shit on to Adult Swim and just let it feed you some programming. You know what I mean? But even me, homie, I want to do this Hotrock Supajoint Super Show thing on Facebook. I want to do a Facebook live show every week. It's going to be like a TV show, but it's on Facebook. And I think that's where shit's going. Smaller crowds. There's something beautiful about television and radio, and I'm going to tell you what it is right now. When everybody's watching it on television and radio, we all see it at the same time, and we could all talk about it on Monday. As opposed to when I drop a new video and 1,000 people watch it, and 1,000 people watch it by the next month, it's all not at the same time, so it's not at the top. It's not that fucking Super Bowl mentality that we all watch Lady Gaga running around, and so now we can all talk about that shit. One problem that I see with the internet is it's too much shit. Yo, it's just way too much shit out there, and I could see a meme that you haven't seen yet, yo, and if it was on TV, we'd both be watching that meme at the same time. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm kind of high
totally
right
makes
now.
Sense.
But yeah.
No.
So, but radio, I don't write my shit to the radio. I purposefully put motherfucker and fuck this and fuck that because I'm thinking about weed, and I know it's the most non-dangerous thing in the world, yo, but I'm not writing for kids. I don't necessarily like all ages shows personally because I be throwing around some pretty big words, yo, that kids don't necessarily need to be hearing. Truth be told, yo, y'all fucking kids got way worse fucking mouths than I do.
Yeah.
And but I don't want some fucking parent coming after me because they're pissed off that they heard a song that my kid that they kid listened to that was from me. You know what I'm saying? So I purposely have made my shit more adult. So I'm not looking for that radio play. I got a couple songs that do make it on the radio from time to time, but I'm more interested in the video looks. I'm more interested in Spotify plays at this point now. That's where it's at, yo.
Yeah, that's great. See, so you said, so what do you have a favorite place to perform or somewhere that you always just feels like home, like you're really excited to play?
Man, I love playing at the Lost Leaf, homie. That was the
Really?
first place that Super Joe had ever performed, and that's the shit because you get 30, 40 people packed in that little fucking 20 by 20 room, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. And shit gets fucking awesome, yo.
Yeah, it does.
And plus it's it's not hard alcohol, so I don't really see many fights going on down there, yo, because everybody's just drinking and smoking weed in the alleyway or some shit. That it's not like let's see. Oh, see, that's so good. Yeah. They showing us a picture of the dog with the candle, yo. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I love the Lost Leaf. Tempe Tavern out in Tempe. I like that place.
I was just at Tempe. I was not just there. A few months ago, I was there and I saw the fucking sound guy rocking your T-shirt, and I was like, man, I want to meet that guy so bad. And he's like, he's not hard to meet.
No, homie, I'm easy to meet. Yo, you just got to catch me at my show.
I love that. Lost Leaf is super cool. We played this really weird acoustic set there once, and I remember the sound guy like talking to us, and we couldn't find him. And like we were like, who? Yeah, we were like,
he was up on top.
Yeah, we were like, what the fuck? Who's talking to us? And he's like up here, and I look up, and that was super cool. That place it was like somewhat packed. We played for the Apaches release show, and that was super fun.
You get 50 people in that place, dude, and it's packed as fuck. And I know like Trunk Space, the new Trunk Space, they can hold 100, 120.
Is that what it is? I haven't been there yet.
So
I've been there kind of. Steph gave me a tour around when it was empty. It's super cool though.
I just performed there with Salsa Yoda last week in Dotado and Andy Warpins.
Andy, yeah, right.
And it was all, dude, there was 8 people. There was 8 motherfuckers in the audience, yo, and I rocked that shit like it was 800. It was
That's
so
fucking important
fun,
because
man.
then those 8 people will always know that you're worth your weight.
I'm not fucking around. I'm going to give them a good time. You know what I mean?
I haven't met, I kind of ran into Dotado once. I don't know him super well, though. He seemed like a pretty cool dude when I ran into him.
Dude, TV Life Entertainment is his set, yo. And, he's just out there working his ass off.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I want to see out of these people because that's the way it's going to pop, you know?
Shit, man. I got nothing else. That's fucking...
Is that it? Is we at the end of the show? So it's my turn now.
Yeah, absolutely. So fucking do whatever you got to do.
What podcast is this?
So this is called Getting Stoked.
No, I mean, which episode number?
Oh, this is going to be fucking episode...
420?
420. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it's technically episode like fucking 7 or 8 or something like that. But I'm gonna edit it and get it up tonight or tomorrow.
How do you like it, homie?
This is so much fun, dude.
You got a great little setup, yo. Here,
thanks, man.
Nice
it's gonna become more. We're gonna get it together more and more as time goes on. I'm stoked for it.
I got you. Why did you start a podcast?
I love podcasts. I like
So
listening
this is what
to
you
podcasts.
listen to. So you do this on your phone a lot. You listen.
Yeah, I
to a lot of
listen to
podcasts,
like the
as
Joe
opposed
Rogan
to
show.
the radio or CDs or shit.
Yeah,
like
I listen to music half the time, but it's kind of like with music, I'm so passionate about it that I need to sit down and I need to give it my attention. Whereas if I'm fucking running errands, I'm gonna listen to like Joe Rogan talking to whoever the
I was
hell.
just going to ask, who do you like? Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
I catch some of his shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that guy's got his fucking head straight. He's a little violent, but
a little bit, yeah.
But that's him, yo. Let him be him. But he gets it on the marijuana, yo, and he gets it on the DMT too. You
I
know?
think he's one of the people who turned me on to that Emperor Wears No Clothes book, the Jack Herrera book.
Yeah,
maybe I think it might have been him. That's a fucking killer book, though, man.
What's new? What's next for Fandom Party, yo?
Well, we're releasing our album on this Saturday, full length album, March 4th.
March 4th. Where
51
at?
West.
Oh, homie, all ages. You're gonna have such a
fucking
good time.
yeah, it is. It's gonna be packed with Paper Foxes and Sunland and Good Grief. It's gonna be really fun.
Mr. W's in Paper Foxes.
He is.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome.
I'm stoked.
What's the name of the album, yo?
100 Skeletons.
You got it up on? Did you go through like CD Baby?
Yep, it's gonna be up on Spotify and all iTunes and all that shit.
Congratulations!
Man. I'm so excited.
How
dude.
many videos have you guys filmed so far?
We filmed a teaser video for the album, a full of video for a single, and then we're gonna record a live video at the show.
When are you dropping that single video, yo?
It's already dropped.
Oh,
it's already gone.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Tunnel of Love, man. It's ready to go.
How did I not see that shit? You gotta
It's
tag
cool.
me in that shit.
One of the things that I want to mention is when I first met you, I was so like over the moon excited about it, and then you fucking made our picture together, your profile picture,
Yeah,
and I about fucking died. Like
that's so
I sent it
awesome.
to everybody.
Oh, that makes me so happy, yo.
Like
That's what it's about.
I
though.
sent it to the band, and they were like, "No fucking way!"
I know somebody's like, "Oh my god, you're famous now," and I'm like, "Yeah, the fuck he is, yo." So awesome, yeah. Well, dude, that's because you were so joyfully enthusiastic about meeting me. How could I fucking not get all fucking rock?
Well, that's why this podcast is called Getting Stoked, because that's me. I'm always just like excited about shit.
Dude,
and
that's the best way to be. When you be excited, dude, that gets other people excited. If you was coming at me and you was all like, "Yeah, I got this podcast thing. Who the fuck cares? Nobody listens. Whatever." I probably wouldn't have been interested in doing it, yo.
Yeah.
That's the way I get people excited about what I be rocking, because I'm always excited about the shit I be figuring out, yo. Because we're just learning, yo.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to figure. I see you got your computer hooked up.
Yeah.
You got both microphones. You're working on your sound quality. We're trying to make shit awesome. I think that's super great, yo. How old is you be?
I'm 23.
Oh my god, just a baby, yo. That's so awesome, so awesome. I'm double your age, yo.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it's all good.
That's fucking rad.
I remember being 23. I was so fucked up on drugs, yo. But the
man.
band shit was awesome.
Yeah.
And the bitches, yo. Yeah. So, is this your first band? Is Fandom Party your first band?
No, I was in like a really kind of a lame pop band when I was a teenager. Not because I liked
High
the
school?
music.
Just people to hang out with? and
Just
shit?
because I wanted to be in a band so bad. I didn't care if you were playing country. Like, I would be in the band. I just wanted to do it.
Right.
But luckily, through that band, I met the Phantom Party lead singer. And
That's
then
how
we
it
stayed in
works.
contact and then started this later on.
That's awesome. And so how old is the Phantom Party right now?
We just turned 2.
And this
We
is
just
your
turned
first
2.
album or your second album?
This is our first full-length album. We put out an
Nice.
EP and a single in the past. No, it's not. It's turn 2 next month. Yeah,
Two
so
next month?
two next month.
That's awesome. And you
Which
got two
is
albums
awesome.
out?
And it's kind of
people.
poetic because like we're releasing our album, I think maybe 2 year, almost exactly 2 years in a week, I think, from when we've got together and started like working on stuff. So it's kind of it worked out on accident like that, which is really cool.
I've been releasing shit every other year, yo, and I would like to get on dropping some shit every year, and we'll see what happens, yo. We'll see, but because there's a lot of work making videos and writing songs about weed. No, that shit's so fucking easy, yo. Shit writes itself. Some dude just
Dope
hit
as
me
fuck.
up. Oh my god, this guy, what's his name? Give me a second here, yo. I can figure this shit out. Blaze. This guy named Blaze.
Okay.
He's in a band, and he's like, "Hey, yo, man, I got this song, yo, that it's a hook, and I got the hook, and if you want to spit some shit over it," and he learned about me from I'm Hologram, and
That dude works his fucking ass off
works
too.
his ass off, yo, and he dropped my name, and so I was like, "Well, send me the track," and he sent me the track, dude, and it was done in 3 hours, yo. I wrote words to it. It was such a perfect fucking track that I was just like, I know what I need to write about. Boom, wrote that shit the fuck out, recorded it. mixed it, threw it back to him, gave me suggestions, came back to me, tweak, done. A song, yo. I mean, who knows how long he had been working on the audio, the track for it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was really cool. That's what turned my shit up to 11.
I gotta get Richard on this fucking podcast at some point,
dude,
man.
He's great.
Every single day he's releasing an album.
Yo, he is. Yeah, he's got some ideas that be pretty fucking awesome.
Cool. I definitely. That's what I want, man. I like some. Like, I don't necessarily have to agree with everybody, but I want to hear some fucking crazy shit. I want to hear some interesting stuff. Yeah. Like, it's got to be informative or whatever. Like, the podcast at the end of the day has to be entertaining, just like anything else. And like, I don't have to agree with your ideas, but if they're entertaining or interesting or maybe enhance my perspective a little bit, I want to fucking hear it.
Awful.
Well, yeah, obviously, I don't want to hear about.
Here and I was a total dick. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't be
Yeah, you're right.
Played unless you was just all like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck with this dude all over the place."
Oh yeah, no, that definitely. Yeah, that has happened. I've listened to podcasts before where I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a little bit. I'm not interested in this guy.
And what happens, dude? Boop.
Exactly.
Next one, and then that one's gone, and nobody ain't gonna hear shit. Yo.
Yeah, I know, man. It's fucking beautiful. This is the best thing ever. Just being able, like, podcast more than anything else has given me an excuse to just hang out with dope people.
See, that's what's awesome. That's why I want to start my TV show. But mine's gonna be a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a video podcast live on Facebook. That's the plan. Mm-hmm. So just so I can get in there and I can talk to people, and hang out. Smoke some fucking weed, yo.
And the other thing is just like right now, I'm throwing as many things to the wall as possible and just hoping that one of these things is gonna fucking stick.
Now's the time, homie, before you got fucking kids and mortgage and all that shit to be worrying about. Yo, run out there. I've been getting into the Gary V guy. Do you watch that Gary V? Dude?
No, I don't know who that is.
He's this motivational speaker that doesn't fucking care.
Is he the Lamborghinis guy?
He's a little short dude, kind of Italian looking.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And he sold wine.
Okay.
Is where he got his millions. And now he's a motivational speaker, and he's a pretty dope dude. And he's basically, world doesn't give a fuck. So you better and get out there and you got to grind that shit as hard as you can fucking grind it because the world don't care, yo. And he uses bad language, and he's just out there being the realest motherfucker that he can be, just trying to get people hyped about doing what they want to do. And I think that's awesome.
That's totally awesome. Yeah. I feel like that's really important. I as much as I agree with like you should be nice to everybody, you need to, like, some people need a little bit of a fucking push, get them excited, get them going. Oh, more than anything, they need confidence, and that's what people like that give you.
Exactly, yo.
You need confidence to do anything. No one wants to come out like I've seen bands before where like no one wants to come out and see you look at your shoes. Like no one wants to see your shoulders
up.
Unless
you're in a shoegaze band, then they're expecting to look at your shoes, yo.
Yeah, except
I'm sorry, yo. I just had to jump into it, that shit.
No, that's fucking hilarious. That's fucking great. But yeah, like I don't want to see some dude with his head and his shoulders like looking down and not like.
You want to see somebody rocking out and emoting and fucking turned up to 420, yo.
Absolutely, every single fucking time. This is a dream.
So that's it. I mean, how do we end this shit?
Well, fucking just end it like that,
because
dude. Like
you're gonna do the outro later anyway, right?
Well, fucking the outro now, motherfucker. Like, how about like, do you have any shows coming up, anything like that?
Yeah. I don't remember when they be, yo. But if you go to Supajoint.com, you can find that shit out. I'm everywhere at Supajoint, Supajoint. Because when I got into hip hop, I found out if you be putting hard R's on words, people get mad. But if you put an A at the end of it, then it's okay. So it's Supajoint, yo. Hit me up. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Gravy. Well, I don't know, whatever the fuck everybody be doing. Yeah, Hotrock Supajoint.
Seriously, the greatest time I've ever fucking had in a podcast, man. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a phenomenal day, morning, whatever the fuck it is.